This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning. This is Jack from Charting the Markets Crypto, and this is the Intraday webinar for the morning of Friday, the 11th of October. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing and learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right, firstly, apologies, didn't make it in for the open today. Apologies for that. Doesn't happen terribly often. All right, great. Let's have a look and see what's happening on crypto today. All right, Bitcoin. We're seeing a bit of a rally today. I am wondering about another back test of the daily middle band. We had a head and shoulders here that made target, but it didn't make the trend line that I drew in, which I'm wondering about. Could we have a possible alternative trend line here? There is one possibility. Let's have a quick look at that. Nope. It didn't reach an obvious trend line, but it doesn't mean that it hasn't established another support trend line that is pretty much as good. So I'm treating this as a potential low, but I am wondering if we're going to come back and sort out the rest. I think partially this depends on equities, and equities, we're obviously looking at a potential breakup here. If we do see a breakup on equities here, then we're probably going to see crypto go with it. So we shall see. In the short term, on the 15-minute, no signals, but I would note that we've broken the declining resistance after the low this morning. We've obviously gone up from 58.9 to 62.3. It's a nice little move, and it might follow through to the upside. Could this be the second low of a double bottom? Nah, it's too big. It's the difference between this high and here is only 2K, and then we've got basically almost 6K going down here. It's disproportionately large, but obviously the next obvious move, if we see a break up over 64.5K, would still be a test of 66.5K. All right, looking at Ethereum, again, reasonably strong morning. Looking at a potential back test of the 50 DMA and the daily middle band again. We didn't have a head and shoulders on Ethereum, and we didn't quite go back and retest the low. But nonetheless, this is modestly bullish stuff. Looking at the 15-minute chart, we've broken over the declining resistance here, and I do have a potential little double bottom here with alternate targets in about the 24.85 to 25.10 area. We will see how that goes. Looking at Solana, we've got nice little move here. Again, could be heading back into a back test of the daily middle band, which I've got at 146.77, and we're not being that far away from that. I'm also watching something else. We had a head and shoulders on Solana, and if we break over this declining resistance, which I've got at basically 147, then we've got the right shoulder high. Hang on, wait a second. The right shoulder high, we've actually broken slightly over it. This head and shoulders has failed. That has a target back at 152.25, so that actually is fairly bullish, and we've no longer got a head and shoulder target basically at a retest of 133.12. So reasonably bullish looking this morning. We will see how it goes. But the key resistance I'm looking at here really is this trend line here. Haven't quite reached it yet. But that it's not a flag resistance trend line, because really we've been forming what would look like more of a triangle here. But it is the resistance trend line that I'm watching here, and it's actually not a bad match with the daily middle band. So if we can break and convert that, then that would definitely be bullish. We shall see. All right, great. In that case, everyone have a great weekend. I will see you on Monday.